The way that I had to look this man up, I didn't even spell his name right. Stefon Diggs. Okay. Can you see? I don't know. Anyway, Stefon Diggs, the latest baby's daddy to Cardi B. You can tell I woke up and chose the BS. So, no, all kidding aside, I'm in a lot of women's groups, and somebody shared about Cardi B and Stefan. And let me just say, I'm not effing with Cardi B, other than I like Bodak Yellow. And every once in a while, I'll listen to WAP, which is the nastiest song I think I've ever heard, but I'll still listen to it every once in a while, okay? I got to be in that mood to listen to cartoony porn like music or something, you know? I'm like, girl, I like finally listen to the lyrics, and I'm like, girl, you got me blushing. Excuse me. Anyway, no, all kidding aside, on that note, but I'm not really effing with her anymore. But I do want to comment on something regarding her. I don't hate her. But I mean, I was kind of like neutral leaning towards her, but neutral, you know what I mean? And now I'm like, nah, you can have it, sis. Gone. Okay. Not that she cares, and I don't want her to care. I'm just saying, like, she does so many problematic things. It's like, girl. Anyway, without remorse, no less. But anyway, on that note, why am I talking about her? Because as I was mentioning, I'm in these women's groups, and a lot of people have pointed out, girl, you went from the frying pan right into the fire with this Stefon Diggs guy. People have pointed out how his teammates were saying that he's the guy who they would least want their sister to date on the team. Like, he's horrible. You know, I think he's being accused of assaulting someone that used to be a cook for him. Just everything, okay? And one thing Cardi said one time, which I understand what she's saying, but is also a little bit of a cop-out, was like, what you want me to do, put the baby back or something? Something like that. I do think that sometimes people will berate someone in a way in which they act as if the person can change the circumstance. You know, like, for instance, like, I can't believe you had a baby with this man. Okay, what do you want me to do now? The baby is here. Like, the baby is celebrating their 15th birthday. What do you want me to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's a made up thing. I'm saying I'm being silly, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, you know, so I understand that part, but it's a cop out because obviously she's continuing to be involved with him and everything. And a part of why people like Cardi B is that she keeps it real. So if this is just like some weird PR thing, that's not a great look. But that's not really what all this is about. I'm so sorry. I just have a lot on my mind. And so I like to, you know, bring you into my thought process. But here's what I really want to talk about. So, did Cardi B mess up by leaving Offset and hooking up with Stefon? I don't know, but I'm going to more lean towards no than yes, and here's why. Even though I think that is quote unquote crazy work to have gotten pregnant by another problematic ass man, it appeared, as an outsider, I'm not deep into Cardi B. I don't sit there watching her lives like some people and all that stuff. But it appeared that Offset had that girl in a chokehold, okay? She could not, like, I remember the last time before this time that she had left Offset. And he did that whole thing where he came on stage and stuff. He, like, during one of her performances or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, because at this point she'd already did something where I think she'd had some strippers beat up, which is a horrible thing to do. I will never look at her the same for doing some garbage like that. I understand what it's like to be a woman scorned, brokenhearted. Ooh, this B did XYZ. And I would still never dream to actually follow through. I might fantasize like, oh yeah, I wish I could go oops upside her head. But the idea of actually going and having someone physically harmed because your bottom feeding man won't keep his in his pants is insane to me. Like I said, I get my violence out in fantasies. Okay, I fantasize. I am not going to jail or compromising myself as a human being like that for anybody. It's really not that serious. The way it's not that serious, okay? That is crazy. I mean, and what's even more like ridiculous is that Cardi is considered attractive. She's considered to be a good-looking woman. Okay, surgery or not, you know, people consider her to be attractive. And she, besides being considered to be attractive, you know, she has all this money and access. And you are about to catch a case over that thing over there who will continue to play in your effing face and cheat on you, which he did and did. Okay. I'm just like, I can't. But anyway, this is the most ghetto video I'm ever going to do, probably, or at least for right now. Okay. But the long and the short of it is that I think that the Stefon thing, what I felt, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't know these people, but what I felt was like she needed to put up a wall between her and Offset, because she was so addicted to him. And I've been there where I've been addicted to somebody, okay? I've been addicted to somebody, and it may not be who you think it is, okay? But no, I've been addicted to that person too, but not on that level. But I've been addicted to people, you know, where I just didn't know. It was like such a codependency that I didn't know how to like cut the strings. I didn't even know who I was without my relationship to that person, if you know what I mean. And so again, I get it. And I kind of feel like that her going as far as to have a baby with him was meant to be a big F you to Offset. And that it was also a way of like saying, hey, I ain't never going back. Like, this is what I have to do to make sure I never go back, because she was so hooked on this man based off of what it appears. I mean, if we're wrong, then, you know, I don't know what to say, but that's what it appears to be. So in a weird way, as bad as Stefon is, I think that for her heart, he's not as bad as Offset. I think Offset was worse for her heart, if that makes sense, because she loved him more. I don't think she'll ever love Stefon the way that she loves Offset. And I also think that people don't understand, okay, this is not true for everybody, but I'll say this is true for me. Once I see you, I can't unsee you. And sometimes I'll even try to unsee you. I'll try to, like, you know, like I'll see you do something rotten, but, you know, you have certain positive traits about you. So I'll try to pretend that you may, but it depends on what we're talking about. And trust me, something in me or my guardian angel or something will be like, listen, B, I know that you have this cognitive dissonance stuff, but this person is exactly who you think they are. Quit playing. That's who they are. They're absolutely 150%. Like, when I try to be dumb about people, the way life will humble me and show me that I was right all along. Okay. But when it comes to romance, and I've talked about this, I think in a previous video, which was, but I can't remember what video it was. Once you show me that you are not shit, I will never fully trust you again. You're never, like, you blew it. The way you blew it, once you show me that, you know, and even like trying to make the relationship work, but it's always going to be like, you know, friction. One moment, please. I'm getting a call. Okay. Hello? Okay, I'll be out. Bye-bye.